And it's a lot of that going on as well. People just a bunch of small decisions compounding on top of each other. And before you know it, you have towns or states or districts or areas that are completely wrecked by people making decisions to benefit themselves, to make money, and they just simply move and leave. If you don't have geographical freedom in the world today, and to have geographical freedom, you need to have financial freedom. You're in trouble because you're living in an area that you don't have any control or influence over. And there's a whole bunch of people trying to extract as much money as possible from that area. They don't consider your point of view. They don't consider your life. It doesn't matter to them. How can I make as much money as possible? If Ford can make a bunch of money building its cars in China, it will do exactly that, and Detroit will suffer. They don't care. You're stuck in Detroit. That's your problem.
Right.
So you need to have geographical freedom, and you need to have financial freedom. And I tell these things, and people say to me, but not everyone can do that. Correct. That's what's even harder about the world. Mm-hmm. Not everybody can pull it off. Mm-hmm. It becomes even more difficult. And this is the situation we're in. And then the answer, of course, is politics, to elect somebody who cares about you. And we've been down the path of where that leads.
Find somebody. Yep.
Yeah, we've been down the path of where that leads. So the American experiment is interesting. There was also a book by a Scottish doctor. I've not read the whole book, and I can't remember his name, so I can't credit him. But he talked about the rise and fall of democracies. And very similar to the rise and fall of empires. He said that you have a king, and you have a good one, and you build a strong nation, and then you have a king, and he's an idiot. And then you don't want him anymore, and you want the people to have a decision, so you start a democracy, and then people vote in somebody who's probably good the first time around. And over time, democracy becomes decadent and all becomes corrupt and financially led. And it gets to the end of democracy, and then people want a king again. Anyone with a functioning brain would say Trump forever president. Sure, do a Putin, stay in charge as long as you can. Anyone with a brain would say that right now. Everybody would. We'd all go back to a king tomorrow.
Exactly.
So the democracy falls, and you try and go back to a king, and eventually another king comes. No one likes him, goes back to the democracy. The world is so cyclical. And I guess with an understanding of this, you can also understand the beauty of life, because good times don't last forever. Neither do the bad times. Mm-hmm. It's going to come, it's going to go. And you just have to be ready to ride the storm and enjoy it for what it is. And maybe when you go truly crazy, you can enjoy the bad times as much as you can enjoy the good times, because there's no light without dark. I don't know about you, but my brother and I, our best stories are being broke. In fact, being rich only has any value at all because we were broke.